is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Oh, look who we have.
It's a beautiful day. Got our man, Jim from Minneapolis. We gonna take it by storm?
Taking it by storm, baby.
I love that. That's a great saying, man. Hey, what's happening, brother?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. Yourself?
Oh, man. It's been the most incredible couple of days since when I called in on Friday, Litecoin busted out of that consolidation on the 2-hour chart.
Okay.
And it just never looked back. It did a 100-point ABC up, and now it's very extended the way I look at it. But holy, I mean, it went up to $420 last night.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7.5 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great one, safe one. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Create the perfect relationship between you and your body. Treat your body with all love, honor, gratitude, and respect. When you make it a goal to adore your body and accept yourself completely, you are learning to have the perfect relationship with anyone else you are with. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 585, NASDAQ off 137, S&P's down 65, gold contract up $2.90, trading at $15.86 an ounce. You got silver up 4 cents, $18.04 an ounce. Light sweet crude down 56 cents, $51.57 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You got the 10-year note up 12 ticks, 131.22. The 30-year up 23 at 163.20. And King Dollar. King Dollar down 450 ticks, trading 97.416. The euro is at 110.85. The yen is at 108.37. And the pound is at 131, just about 132 to 1 US dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? So let's go into the future market first. We take a look at this future market. What you're going to see in the future market, let's see, ES, we are in the year 2000 now, so we got to put the 0 in there. So future markets out here today, we had a high of 32.97. Right now you're at 32.26. And intraday out here, what we're having is that the low of today is at 32.22. And we're going to be going right after it into the close. Now, this is going to be pretty heavy going after this into the close. The reason being, folks, is that, number one, you have a Friday of a weekend. You're coming into the close. It's 3:09. Basically, the market is definitely spooked on the coronavirus. That's on a technical basis. Well, that's on a fundamental basis. And there's a reason that it should be. That's the real bottom line, because what you do have is that 3/4 of China will be shut down this coming Monday when they were supposed to open back up for the holiday. So bottom line is that there's a lot of things out here that, fundamentally would slow down cash flow in an incredible way. Delta Airlines announced this morning that they're going to stop flying to China and from China February 5th all the way to April 1st. The reason that they're flying to February 5th is to get their customers out of China. So big numbers. Gold contract. What do we have with the gold contract? Gold contract right now, you don't have a huge amount of price spread. You know, what we do have going for it, GC, is that you get the volume pushing at the highs. And when you're pushing highs with volume, bottom line, it wants to bust. We've got just about we're 299,000 contracts. We've reached 1593.80. Now, this is pretty cool because your swing point, your B point is 1595.70. And I didn't want to hit that baby today. Why? I wanted to push into it with volume expanding, which we have, because the probability goes much larger that Sunday night this thing will open and we're going to bust topside, finish up this ABC structure on the way up. The ABC structure on the way up inside the Gold market is 1704, big number. And what's going to help that? Well, guess what? Let's go over to the 10. I'm going to pull the 10-year yield up first. This movement in bonds again is fast and furious. Right now, we are at 1.51. If you happen to be watching Tiger TV, what you're looking at here is that you're looking at the yield of the 10-year. And what you're going to see is on a monthly basis is that your all-time low is 1.31. Your last swing point out here is 1.44. 41, I think it is. 1.42. Well, guess what, folks? This month, we just went from the 1.94 to 1.51. It's going to be nothing to basically blow away the 1.31. And if that's what we do, if we blow away the 1.31, what you're going to see is that the price projection from that is 0.001 of 1%, okay? So the bottom line is that that's saying that negative rates for our 10-year are basically on the table again. It's a mind blower, yes, but that's what's on the table. We'll see how we approach the 1.31. See if we get there, you break it, guess what? These rates are going lower. King dollar out here today, it's feeling it. King dollar has wide price spread out here today. We don't have volume on King dollar, but King dollar certainly made a nice run on a counter trend bounce. The trend on King dollar had, let me put this on a weekly, changed the first week of December. That's when we went from February of 2018 until December of 2019. This was in a nice uptrend. It broke that uptrend with conviction the first week of December. Bottom line, went up, tried to get to the highs of it, couldn't handle it, fell back down. Bottom line, you're going to see lower prices in the dollar, and we'll see where the rest of this basically shakes out. Right now, you get the Dow down 591. They're going to smoke this baby coming into the close. That's how this baby is set up right now. You know, it is what it is. Some of the higher volume equities, let's take a look at some of the higher volume equities out here. You have Apple down $13. They're taking a bite out of that. You get Intel off $257. ExxonMobil, oh, the oils. So we got to go to the oils. The oils, folks, okay, this is pretty amazing. We have lots of oil out here. The large integrated oils, they basically have broken a consolidation that they have been in for a long period of time. You're going to see Exxon as well as Chevron. Exxon right now is down $287. That's going after $56. You break $56, you're going to be down to $47. Chevron, we take a look at Chevron out here. Chevron's down $4.60, or 4.5%. Monster volume on the way down. You get a decisive conviction on the way down. Chevron is making its way to $100. Now, Chevron certainly looks better than Exxon. If we go over to the oil contract, what you're going to see in the contract is that we hit $50.97 out here today. You've done 767,000 contracts. That's monster contract volume. So $50.18 is coming at us. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We have the Dow right now down 600, NASDAQ off 147, S&P's down 67. Stay right there, folks. Coming back with Frank from Gloucester.
Folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks. The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The Gold Report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 588. You get the Nasdaq off 140. S&P's down 64. Let's go to our man Frank in Gloucester. What's going on, Frank? You looking out over that beautiful Gloucester waterway?
Hey, how you doing down there?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Okay. Got some haddock fresh off the boat for dinner. And
you are so lucky, man.
Okay.
Oh, my God. That is so cool. And if you, folks, you got to Google Gloucester, and when you see what you're looking at over those great cliffs, it's amazing, man. Your coastline's unbelievable, man. I just love that coastline. And, of course, you get plenty of fish up there.
It's like living in a postcard.
It is. It is. The water's freezing, but that's all right. That's why the good fish are there, too. I know. Totally.
Oh, yeah.
So, you're looking at CHAD, right?
Yeah. What do you think?
I love all these tigers and tigresses out here, folks, because I can tell you. So picture this. He picked this up pretty quick, man. This is pretty cool. So CHAD, folks, is the Direction CSI 300 A-share bear position of the inverse or the opposite of the CSI 300. Now, this is really intriguing, of course, because what you have out here is that, number one, China's been closed for a week. Now, the market will open back up on Monday, but we know that fundamentally what is going on is that the bottom line is that 3/4 of the manufacturing in China is going to be down, and it was supposed to open this coming Monday, but the bottom line is that they're putting restrictions in place. They want people to stay in place. It's going to be down. Yeah, I like this trade, man. Now, this is where you get an edge, folks. This is very unusual, I think, okay? Because you can't trade this in China right now. So you have, this basically this equity. It looks like a small ABC up to me. It took out the B point yesterday, even though it gave it up on price. Bottom line, you're above it now. So your B point on this is $3.41. Your A is the low there, which is at $26.29. So what do we got? Yeah, you got like $4.20, which gets you $34.70. And let me pull this back a little bit more. This is pretty cool, Frank.
Yeah, you got to look on a weekly.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I see. So the next swing, on a weekly, it's a monster, man. Yeah. So 32.80 as you swing. Your ABC structure is 34. Yeah, I think you're in a good space. Now remember something, folks, okay? This is how these work. These are daily investment vehicles, okay? The ETF does not seek to achieve its stated investment objective over a period of time greater than 1 day. Now, that being said, what does happen is that when you have a trending market, which in this particular case, I mean, unless there's some miracle over the weekend that all of a sudden this coronavirus is gone, you got a trend here, man. Yeah, I think you got a good trade, Frank. I mean, this is... Yeah.
Okay. Do you have time to look at one more? My bad one.
Absolutely.
Platinum,
Absolutely. Which one?
PPLT, platinum.
Oh, yeah, you and me both, man. I swapped out I swapped out my gold for platinum about 4 years ago, man. This is crazy. So platinum, folks, okay, let's take a look at it. So the PPLT, this one here, this is the Aberdeen Standard Physical ETF shares for platinum. You trade $90.43. Okay, so you're backing down. It's not that bad. You're backing down into good support. I mean, there's big support here at $90.
Yeah, it's okay on a weekly. You kind of back down to the middle of the channel.
Yeah.
But it couldn't get through the channel, top of the channel a couple of weeks ago, and it's not breaking out. But
no,
it's going
but
up.
you know what you're saying, on a weekly basis, this is really a nice setup, actually. It's...
Yeah.
Now, if you're watching Tiger TV, folks, the reason I say it's a nice setup is this. What you're going to see is that you had a huge sign of, now I get it on a weekly, you see a huge sign of strength the week of the 30th of August, as well as the first week of September. You back down with light volume. You get a huge week again the week of January 17th. This is a good setup, Frank. This is a good setup. I mean, this is going to be a patience deal. Like, we've had patience beyond belief. I know that. But now what you do here, watch this. I'm going to put this on a monthly because this is pushing into a swing with, yeah, it is. This is cool, man. So now on a monthly, what you have, look at these months, man. You're pushing in with this thing's going to like 113, man. It's gonna go after the 2016 highs. Yeah. This is you get the month of look at the month of September, 3.9 million. This month, 3.2 million. That's a good setup, man. And we'll see how this platinum deal shakes out. And as Frank was saying, and I was reiterating when I traded my platinum for the gold, because of the fact that when you take a look at this, folks, okay, now this has been a long period of time now that platinum has been under gold. Platinum is a more precious metal, but guess what? It doesn't matter. It matters about supply and demand. And what has taken over platinum is palladium, which is so soft, but guess what? The automakers are basically using it. So we'll see where this baby shakes out. But I think you're all right where you are, Frank. I mean, it looks to me that...
Okay, Tommy, thanks.
Okay,
hey,
man.
Boston still loves you.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Thanks, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. And folks, seriously, Google the Gloucester waterline. Where do you see it is a postcard. There's no doubt about that. Market-wise out here, what do you have? So they're going to have the White House is going to have a briefing on coronavirus at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see what they have to say. Bottom line is that what is happening out here, and it's happening pretty quickly, folks, is that the CDC came out a couple hours ago, and they were trying to explain that we have a lot of flu out here, and what they're worried about now is this. They're worried about that people actually, the symptoms at the very beginning of the coronavirus are the same as the flu. And look at these big numbers. These are big numbers, man. There's no doubt about it. Let's see where. This year, this flu season, they're talking about now flu seasons. Well, let's see what they have to say. The U.S. Center for Disease Control called the coronavirus spreading rapidly in China as an unprecedented health threat, saying aggressive measures will need to stop it from taking hold in the United States. The State Department right now is in the process of helping American citizens getting out of Wuhan and in China in general. Cancellation, let's see, amid broad cancellation of flights from the country by private charters and travel restrictions in the city. Right now, the cases, basically 9,950 was the last one globally. The CDC is saying, our CDC is saying that the flu season is picking up raising the risk that some patients may be confused by the similar statistics. And the Center for Disease Control estimates that more than 19 million Americans have fallen ill with the flu this season, including 180,000 people who ended up in the hospital. About 10,000 Americans have died, including more than 60 children. This season, flu began early in the U.S. after stalling. It picked up a new strain, H1N1 influenza, according to the government survey of the illness. If the coronavirus becomes a larger issue in the United States, this will be a difficult thing, said the director of vaccine research at the Mayo Clinic. As clinicians, we are bombarded with people right now who have flu-like symptoms. Stay right there, folks. Coming back with our man, Mr. Dave White. We are going to be talking technology.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. TFNN has developed a daily programming lineup for traders by traders. We start every trading day live at 8:30 a.m. with Tommy O'Brien hosting the morning market kickoff as he starts the day off by breaking down everything you need to know about what's going on for the trading day ahead. At 9 a.m., Larry Pesavento takes your calls and questions live on the air for the opening bell as he hosts Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom and Tommy O'Brien host the Bull Bear Trading Hour. At 11 a.m., it's Kevin Hinks and Alex Coffey from TD Ameritrade Network with Fast Market. Basil Chapman at noon with the Tiger Technicians Hour. Steve Rhodes hosts the Trader's Edge at 1 p.m. Dave White with the Power Trading Hour at 2 p.m. And Tom O'Brien closes out the day for the final hour of trading live from 3 till 4. Don't miss a second of our daily programming lineup. Tune in to Tiger TV every trading day live at TFNN.com. Educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow off 635, NASDAQ off 135, S&Ps down 70. If we go take a look at the percentages out here, you have the Dow Industrials down 2.2%. We have the NASDAQ down 1.6%. And you get the S&Ps off 1.85. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Dave White, as we do each and every Friday at 3:30. Don't forget, folks, Dave has an outstanding show here every trading day, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Also has 2 great newsletters, the Tech Insider, as well as the Path of Least Resistance. You can get both of those by coming over to our website at TFNN. Just go into newsletters. You see both of them there. They both come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, everything to win, zero to lose. Dave White, what's going on?
Well, certainly we're looking for some volatility, and you always have to wonder if you get what you wish for. But certainly we have it, and we'll see what happens next week. Got fund buying starting on Monday, and you could either see the market head back up or pop for a little bit, and then that would probably be the dangerous part of the market. But we shall see in a handful of days. Of course, the Chinese markets open up Sunday night, so we'll see a little bit about how they adapt.
Seriously, even that last caller with CHAD, that was really intriguing because I don't see a light, popping on China on Sunday night rather, but we'll see.
Well, I have a feeling that that they tend to run their markets a lot like the U.S. And generally, when the things happen like this in the U.S., they let kind of everything fall apart for a little while, and then they step in. They never just step in and save the people that are on the edge. They let the people roast that are probably the most leveraged or on the wrong side of it, and then kind of step in a little bit later. So
so what Dave's talking about, folks, the last time that we had large downdrafts in the Shanghai market as well, and as well as Hong Kong, what they did, now this is just incredible, what they did, they put in a law against selling, period. You're hearing that correctly, folks.
That lasted, what, 2 years?
It lasted a long time, yeah. I mean, it had to do, it wouldn't have been like you and I, folks, with 500 shares, 1,000 shares at a time. They was in the institution, but they didn't allow them to sell. So it's pretty wild, man. So, yeah, and that didn't help the market either, by the way, okay?
It went sideways for about 2 years.
Yeah. So Corona with Lyme, right?
Yep. I don't know, not many people talked about it, but I thought it was kind of interesting that it didn't take them very long to get a test to tell whether or not that it is a coronavirus. But this Novocis stock in France popped 32% this morning, in that they are showing a test that apparently at some kind of big conference that apparently works very well. So why I don't know how people know that they've got the coronavirus other than the test, but apparently they're going to be able to get that out in maybe a week. So the people hanging out in quarantines and
or at
stuff,
least that's the rumor right now, right?
What's that?
That they have something that can basically...
Apparently they showed it to all the people at the conference, and generally you don't want to go in there and be a what was the gal's name? The Therma.
Uma Thurman?
No, the
Holmes, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of the rare event. It's generally you don't go out there and say you got a test.
So watch this. This is cool, Dave. So Al, put my screen up so I could show you the stocks. I just pulled the stock up in France, right? And wait till you see this, folks. It's pretty amazing. The low for the year is $6.50. The high is $51.50. As Dave's talking about, this stock on yesterday was trading $15. It went from 15 to 20 yesterday. Today, I mean, you can see this thing. And prior to this, it was at 675. Let me just see something here. I got to see this. Because this is when the whole world... So right now, this equity, we'll see what they have. This equity right now, when you bring up their numbers, folks, okay, they get a market. They all of 2019, they only took in $7.2 million, and now they get they get a market cap of 22 million. It's got to be higher than that now. 58 million. Yeah, no, 22 million. So, hey, we'll see.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. No one really, after the last couple of big pandemic scares, most of the big biotechs lost their shirt.
Right.
So there aren't a lot of people that are very interested in getting in on this. I think they lost 3/4 of the money they invested on the Ebola virus.
Okay.
So it's not one, but, weirder things have happened.
Oh, yeah.
But if they do have a test, that may curtail the huge issue with 2 weeks of incubation. which is really the big problem with any of these. And that is, if you get it right away, you get sick. Well, you're only going to meet a handful of people. But if you got to go back 2 weeks through all the people that you talk to, that's where the big problem comes.
There's no doubt, man. No doubt.
Anyway, I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Other things that happened last week in Clayton Christensen, he's a scholar, but really he wrote a bunch of books when he was at Harvard about disruptive innovation. Died. He's kind of the father of startups in Silicon Valley.
Okay.
He came out and went through just an absolute ton of data from companies from the last 100 years. But most of what he went after was the hard drive manufacturers, because so many of them went in and out of business, and they had all the data for it, both public companies and just what the folks did. There was a magazine that's still around called InfoWorld, and they published every week information on hard drive sales.
Okay.
Which was kind of weird. You know, even back in the 60s, they were able to do that. And there's really not a lot in technology that people did that for. But they did have that data. So he started all his work off with hard drive and hard drive companies, and why some companies could come in and go out of business. But his work really a big claim to fame was some of these hard drive companies that just couldn't get the board to agree on going after stuff that would maybe potentially hurt their business today. But if they didn't do it, they were going to be out of business in a few years.
Yes.
So the problem always is, can you do something in your own company? And he outlined a lot of these hard drive companies, what they would do would be, in fact, one of them, all these guys were going to leave and start their own hard drive companies, because they knew that if they didn't keep iterating and making stuff better, the company was just going to go out of business anyway. So they decided to start their own company. This is when all the hard drives were 5.5 inches and fit in regular PC slots. They decided they were going to make 3.5-inch drives, that they could make them faster, better, and cheaper. So they were going out to start their own company, and this pretty smart CEO decided to say, you know what, we'll invest 80% of what you've got in there. And we'll continue this story when we come back.
Dow Industrials down 655, Nasdaq's up 167, S&Ps are down 73. You get selling coming into the close. I don't think you're going to see it stop either, folks. Dow's down 2.2%. You get the Nasdaq off 1.8. S&Ps are off 1.7. Dave and I come right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year, or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year, or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you'd like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now down 677. Nasdaq's off 171. S&Ps are off 74. Bottom line is you're laying right at lows out here, folks. And let me just look at something for a second. So you get an extension down. You get volume on the way down. It doesn't look to me like you get a White House update at 3:30. I don't know if that's going on yet or not, but it doesn't look to me like the update is going to save this market. We're talking with our man, Mr. Dave White. We are talking technology. So what do we have next, Dave?
Well, I wanted to finish up this story on Clayton Christensen because it's so important in looking at technology because this is the way all of those companies work.
Okay.
But the finish of the story is they helped start a startup. They funded 80% of it. And when it started becoming successful, they just bought out the other 20%. But most of the thought is that you can't actually develop a new product that's going to wipe out your company inside the same company. It just never seems to work. So almost all these companies tend to try to set up or split out some of the other companies. And of course, we look at companies that have become rather famous, like PayPal.
Okay.
It's become much more.
Bigger.
What would you say?
Yeah,
well,
bigger than
certainly
eBay.
larger
Right.
than eBay
Right.
that came out of that, and of
Pretty
course
cool.
all those
Yeah.
multiple winners from people who actually took that money now and of course turned it into Tesla and all the other stuff that goes on. But probably the most important person for thought in Silicon Valley. And you see it on a lot of different stuff. But
yeah.
He's kind of the big guy. Other things going on this week is the German government disclosed yesterday that they have all the evidence they need that Huawei has hardware-level backdoors in their hardware. Of course, just yesterday.
But yet they're doing business with them.
They're basically saying they're not going to do business with them now. But yesterday, the UK said that they were. So there's still a lot going on in this brouhaha. My only thought is that it's going to slow down adoption of 5G at some level. But we've got some other governments that are starting to pop up and say, yeah, we know that they're doing it. And so the question is not to me whether they'll use Huawei so much. It is whether or not 5G gets delayed at some level, why this all sorts itself out. So I just thought that was interesting yesterday. But it's at the hardware level in this hardware. So it's not like you just change software and they can't hack it anymore. They would always have a ability to hack the system because it's literally built into the hardware. So I thought that was interesting. What else is going on here? Did I missed something? I deleted it?
No, we got the one after that. Let's see.
Got that.
The base.
Wowie.
Intel's earnings?
Oh, no. Well, it's the wrong title. I didn't save it.
Okay.
Hang on here. This is actually supposed to be Uber.
Okay.
So let's change that. One of the interesting things on Uber, of course, is that you sign one of these things when you sign up for it that says you can't sue them. But if you have to sue them, that you have to go to arbitration. So when you download Uber's app, you agree that you're older than 18. You're not using a stolen credit card to pay your driver.
Yeah.
And anyway, Philadelphia woman got into a big accident because her driver ran a red light. And what they did do this week is say that there was no way that they could prove she actually read the disclaimer about that, so she can sue them in open court. So why just about everything has not been going Uber or Lyft's way this year, this is a fairly large, what would you call it, decree in that you can't automatically just force people into it because you've got it on your terms of service when you sign up. So that would mean, especially down here in Florida, if anybody's never been down here to Florida, every other ad is for an attorney.
Yes.
And I could just see, there's a lot of money, big pockets for Uber and Lyft. I could just see that this may be another issue that goes on for years with Uber and Lyft, and that is once you get the lawyers after you, any accident from now on would mean that, that they will probably be going after these bigger folks like Uber and Lyft.
That's interesting because just last week in Tampa, for some reason, folks, we have a real problem with folks getting on the wrong way in the expressways.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got, like to the point that you hear about this like every 4 to 6 weeks. And someone died last week, Dave, right in Tampa. They were in an Uber, too.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I just heard they died.
And it wasn't, it wasn't the driver of Uber. It was someone else that was coming at them.
He hit the Uber, yeah. This is the question I have, though, is that if you get your Uber driver who's contracted from Uber, so theoretically they can say, hey, it was him, not me. But at some point you have to say, well, I hired him to do this. So
yeah, I'm sure they got enough insurance. That's the bottom line. So, I mean, the attorneys will have to, they pay a fortune in insurance. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that, with this change, if you can't force people into arbitration, if that ends up being a much bigger hunk. Like I said, nothing's really kind of gone Uber or Lyft's way since they IPO'd.
Well, John Morgan might be listening right now, and you'll see those ads tonight. Right.
Yeah, Morgan. If people don't know what you're talking down here, there's an endless parade of Morgan and Morgan ads
for the people.
For the people,
yeah.
And for some things he's very good. Other things, you just wonder whether or not it's just cashing in. But
listen, we know it is what it. See, I remember the days, folks, when attorneys could not advertise, and I remember when it changed, because that's why they used to call them ambulance chases, right? So it was illegal for attorneys to advertise. It was actually illegal for them to be at the hospitals, but that's what they'll call an ambulance chase. It would be at the hospital. You're trying to get the case right away. And then I think what ended up happening is that little by little, we had a huge one up in Boston too. I forget the guy's name, but anyway, he was huge. Not as big as Morgan & Morgan, but was big. And then what you've had over the course of the last 40 years is that you've had the course that the attorney, bottom line is that they know that all the money is in basically litigating large companies, and hardly anyone goes to court, but it is what it is. Now forget how many attorneys there are. They own every billboard.
They say they've got 600 attorneys.
Yeah,
and that's in Tampa.
Oh yeah, no, I'm talking about all the attorneys, not just them. That's right. I mean, but now in Florida, as Dave just says, I don't know how it is in other states, but you can go from here to Tallahassee, meaning when we're in the central Florida, Tallahassee's the northern Florida, and every billboard, bottom line is a different attorney with saying, "Hey, call me," So,
when we come back from this break, I want to talk about Amazon a little bit. We kind of bounced off that low a little bit on the S&P here.
Let's take a look. We get the Dow Industrials right now. They're trading off of 607. You get the NASDAQ off 140. S&P's down 65. Dave and I come right back, folks.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Talk with our man, Mr. Dave White, and we have an Amazon chart up here.
We certainly do. 13.5 million shares so far, going back into previous high of 4.3 million shares, but we didn't hold that high. And you've got a fairly decent sized gap out there. Just thinking kind of out loud, I guess they have a fairly decent amount of risk if China continues to be an issue, but I think it's mostly just shipping stuff from China to us. I don't think they do that much business in China and other countries. And if there's a lot of problems putting viruses around, maybe the best thing is people just leaving things at your door.
Oh, man.
I mean, you don't have to go to the store.
Nah, listen, it's you know, you got a news conference going on right now, folks, and one thing that I did see that just came across the tape is that what the, it's not Wuhan, that province, it starts with an H. What the government is going to do is they're going to quarantine the folks coming back. They're getting the folks, but they're going to basically quarantine them, you know, which makes sense, you know. Bottom line is that...
well, what do you think happens with everybody going to a Super Bowl? I mean, you got 150,000 people going to a Super Bowl. I mean, if that's a recipe for getting a lot of people together to spread some disease, there's probably not anything better than that, is there?
I would say there isn't. Not this weekend anyway, and that's not going to stop everyone from going to the Super Bowl. But I agree with you, Dave. No, listen,
You paid $5,000 for a ticket. You're going to worry. You're not going to worry about getting some sniffles.
I'm not. Well, if that's the case, I'm not going to be going to any concerts. I'll tell you that. It's a lot easier to basically.
But I mean, that's the real risk, isn't it? Everybody stays inside. Probably good for Amazon, but hard for everybody else.
It's if cash flow stops, all businesses will get hurt because it's all about cash flow. Right, no doubt. Dave, thanks for the education. Appreciate it, man.
You bet.
Have a great weekend, safe weekend. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, fly with it. Everything you need, folks, is right inside you. You might as well have a blast with it. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Come back and visit us right here. Kick off, 8:30 Monday morning. Go get them, folks.